Hello and welcome to Newport Station in South Wales. We'll be waiting on platform number 3 for the service to Penzance, but we'll be going to Bristol Temple Meads to board one of the classic Intercity 125s, although may not be like that anymore. Rebranded the castle set, 4 carriages and all, regional services as well. So yeah, it's very different to how it used to be. Here's one of the IET Class 800, Class 802. They replaced the Intercity 125 HSTs on basically every route. So yeah, I've done a review on these. These are alright units, but they're definitely nothing compared to the HST. The Intercity 125 was built by British Rail between 1975 and 1982. And did you know it's the quickest diesel train in the world, achieving 148 miles per hour. These were refurbished in 2019, and like I said, rebranded the castle set, so just a modern refurbishment, replaces slam doors, electric doors and all that, so yeah. Well, here it comes from Cardiff Central. There's plate on the Class 43 locomotives at the castle, so there's castles between Cardiff and Penzance, they're the ones on the Class 43 locomotive, and yeah, these are 2 Class 43 locomotives on each end of the train, and between them 4 Mark III coaches, but they're all standard class. Like I said, before these got refurbished, they would have been a slam door, so you just pull the window down and open the door from the You put your hand through the window and open the door. Seats are in 2+2 configuration and have some bays of 4 a table. I don't know, I prefer the Intercity 70 seats, but these ones are alright, I guess.
The next station is Untitled Chapter.
These aren't the best accelerator, and apparently, according to something I found online, it takes 12 minutes for one of these to reach 125 miles an hour. Definitely not as good as the IETs, but these are like, 30 years older than them. Here's a little look into the power car. Another thing that's been refurbished is an accessible toilet now, because they never used to have accessible toilets, and making it more accessible is the only reason it's still in service. That's why most HSTs got withdrawn in 2020, 2021. The water stocked well, the soap doesn't quite work, which is quite disappointing, and there's no hand dry. Fair enough though, it's nearly a 50-year-old train. The seats, they're basically the same as ScotRail's ones, because these were the ones in First Great Western, so there's not new seats but maquettes. So the seats are alright, to be fair, decent amount of padding. There's armrests on aisle and window side. The window side doesn't move, aisle does, and in the middle as well. There's tables, full back tables, and there's that Great Western Railway. I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to describe it as on the back, which is really cool, and some weird thing on there as well. So there's plenty of luggage racks, and here's the accessible toilet. Like I said, there's no first class on here, which I find a little bit odd, considering it is a 5-hour journey, but it's a regional train, so you can see why. Accessible toilet is really big, which is good, plenty of space. The soap's well stocked for waterworks, and there's a lot of hand towels to wash your hands with. To be fair, I did prefer how the interiors were and the livery was when it was First Great Western. Now in 2016 the rebrand basically become from First Great Western until Great Western Railway, and they refurbished the trains. Not all of them have been refurbished. Over 7 years later, some are still in first livery and first interior. Not the HSTs, but Class 160s and a couple of Class 150s. I got a Class 166 review coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Here are some fold-out seats. They're alright, they've got a little bit of padding but nothing special. I don't really like sitting on them seats purely because if the train's a bit bumpy you're going to hit your head on that glass. Now table of 4 is basically identical except it's got a massive table. It's got 2 plug sockets but only 3 pin and no USB. With cross country already withdrawn the HST sets, Great Western Railway was supposed to be withdrawing them by December this year. But now it's not. Apparently, there's going to be 3 sets remaining until 2024. So I don't know if they're going to be going in May 2024 or December. So you should probably get some photos of these while you can. Because like I said, I believe there's 3 sets in service now. I don't know about you, but nothing can beat the Class 43 locomotive. They're so noisy, so bumpy, over amazing locomotive. An absolute classic to the UK.
The next station is Patchway. This is a Great Western.
I tend to
Railway
find
station
with these,
in Penzance.
between like when it starts moving, it's like you can feel it move, then it stops and then it goes again. I don't know if that's just me. As now we're approaching the end of the video, time to just give a little sum up of the HSTs. The positives, they're still running, even though ScotRail could be withdrawing them if they get to Class 222s. But that'll be a couple years. GWRs will be gone by next year, so ride them while you can. They're so nostalgic, they're so nice, and they're an absolute classic. Maybe one of the negatives, full carriages for like a 5-hour route. These can get quite overcrowded, but IATs are sorting this out with 5 and 9 carriages working up to Penzance from Cardiff. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like us next time. Bye!